Houston Texans. So they went 3-13-1 last year. Didn't qualify for the playoffs. Um, some notable losses include Brandon Cooks, Chris Moore, Jordan Akins, Justin Britt, AJ Cann, and Jonathan Owens. Some notable additions include CJ Stroud, Devin Singletary, Robert Woods, Dalton Schultz, Juice Scruggs, Shaq Mason, Will Anderson Jr., Sheldon Rankins, Denzel Pierman, Shaquille Griffin, and Jimmy Ward. Their strength of schedule goes from 19th to 30th, and Lovie Smith was let go. D'Amico Ryans is the new head coach. And another thing, John Mechie has been cleared to practice. I don't know specifics on whether John Mechie is cleared to actually play in games, but he is cleared to practice. So what do we think about the Texans?
I mean, I definitely think they're going to improve from last year with those additions, especially receiving wise with getting Woods and then Schultz as tight end. And if Singletary can get more carries with Pierce up there, I think their running game will be pretty good. Defense is not horrible. And it's really all going to come down to, is Stroud that quarterback they think they're going to be, that he's going to be? If he has like a rookie of the year type season, I think they could go and improve, win 6, 7 games. But if he doesn't play like that the team hopes he does, I can see them losing and winning like 4 or 5 like they did last year.
See, and to your point, I don't know if this Texans team is one of those teams where you'd be like, okay, we're going to need that rookie quarterback to really come into the league this year. I still feel like they're maybe a year or two away from really building. But look at just the list of people that they have here. I mean, they loaded them up with some weapons. I mean, Robert Woods and Schultz. I mean, those are two solid guys. I can speak from experience with Woods because he was drafted by Buffalo, but Singletary too. He's very sneaky. There's a reason why we called him Motor in Buffalo. He's a very hard nosed, downhill, angry guy when he gets going. So if he can, if he can, I guess, kind of keep that and take some of the load off Stroud, because obviously they're going to try their best not to put too much pressure on a rookie quarterback, especially on a team that was a 3-win team last year. So, um, yeah, I'm kind of in the same thought as you, Liam. I have them with 6 wins. They're going to improve. They have to improve, really. Um, with all those additions, they spent a little money. They well, shoot, that's right. They brought a new head coach. So I mean, yeah, it's I think 6 wins is probably where they're at. I would definitely be optimistic though if I'm a Texans fan going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is how you should rebuild a team. I think every team should look at this Texans team. This is how you rebuild it. You get a new head coach, you get a new quarterback, and you get it at one of the best defensive players in the draft. I mean, at one point, Stroud and Anderson were debated as whether they should be the first pick in the draft. So, I mean, that's stuff you do in Madden, and that's stuff I do in Madden. You build a team, and you have like one of the first couple picks, and then you trade up, you get best player at another position. That's it's crazy. I thought it was nuts. I when I first saw the graphic of the Texans, I thought there was a mistake. I thought, no, there's no way they're trading up. But that's so smart. You go and get they must have been debating whether they should pick Stroud or Anderson. Why not get both of them? I love that. I love that mentality. That's how you build a team. Whether I don't like Stroud. I think I've I guess I'm against Ohio State quarterbacks. I thought more highly of Justin Fields than I think of CJ Stroud. Um I just Stroud just looks I don't know how he looks like he could be a franchise quarterback. Um Will Anderson a little different. I like his style. I think he's a really really good edge rusher. I think he could play any position on the front line. I think he is the prototypical defender that you look for in the draft, similar to Micah Parsons. Um, I love some of these additions. Devin Singletary, that's nice depth of running back. Who knows? I hope Damian Pierce is recovering well from his injury. Robert Woods, you get a veteran receiver in there. Dalton Schultz, a nice security blanket for your rookie quarterback. Juice Scruggs, I loved watching him at Penn State. It was a great draft pick. He could play the entire offensive line. He's so good, and I think pairing Juice, he could play center. So pairing Juice and CJ Stroud for who knows how long, that's a great job. They add Shaq Mason, another protecting your quarterback. Sheldon Rankins, I loved watching Sheldon Rankins with the Saints. He went to the Jets, got hurt. It sucks. But the Saints a couple years ago would not have been one of the best defenses in the league without Sheldon Rankins because he was such a good run defensive tackle. Denzel Pierman's always been a solid linebacker. Shaquille Griffin, I mean, he was a little overpaid in Jacksonville, but you know what? He's solid. He's not gonna be a flashy. That's probably a position you can address in the future. Um, Jimmy Ward bringing him with bring D'Amico Ryans brought him back with when they were together on the Niners. That's how you build a team. That's this team is not going to win the Super Bowl, but Texans fans should be hopeful for the future. I think the only thing you need to look for this year is whether Stroud looks like he has potential. Because some rookie quarterbacks they get into the league and they struggle immediately, and some show some promises. Like Pickett showed promise for the Steelers last year versus Zach Wilson never showed promise for the Jets. Um, so who knows? That's what you have to look forward to this year. You don't need to look forward. You don't even need to look forward to the playoffs. I love D'Amico Ryan's. I love that hiring. I said between Sean Payton and D'Amico Ryan's, the 1A, 1B, whether you on which you would start as your head coach going into the offseason because D'Amico's he's such a smart defensive mind. When he was in Philly and he played for Philly, I met him a few times, got his autograph a couple times. And I just picked his brain as a defensive mind, and he's just so intelligent. He's such an intelligent in person with the defensive side. He's able to read the run game. Wouldn't be shocked if the Texans are a top 10 run defense with a bunch of nobodies. Um, I mean, they could be a top 10 defense and come out of nowhere, and people would be shocked, like, oh, why are they such a good defense? Well, D'Amico Ryan's is really smart, and I just he, hope he treats this team better than Robert Saleh treated the Jets, because Robert Saleh didn't really understand the offensive side of the ball, so he needed help. He needed to get coach in there or to focus on the offensive side of the ball, and maybe that's Hackett. Maybe, who knows? It's kind of weird, but especially since Hackett sucked with Denver. Um,
And with Buffalo.
yeah. So hopefully, I just hope D'Amico has got coaches on the offensive side that can really implement their own minds and hopefully make that offense somewhat good or show potential for the future. Notice nobody has talked about CJ Stroud at practice. I haven't heard anything. I've heard whether it's good or bad. I haven't heard anything. I've heard Will Levis. I've heard Bryce Young at practice. I haven't heard anything about CJ Stroud. And when I went to look further into it in preparation for this video, I found nothing, except he was turning the ball over a little bit. He wasn't really connecting well with some receivers. That sounds like a huge issue, and hopefully that gets fixed soon. But I'm not gonna let that change people's opinions, but that's what I've heard.